Good. Hmm. 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 Ah. Hmm. 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 Yeah. That is something. I wish that. Hmm. 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 Huh. Oh, hello, how you doing? Hmm. Hmm. Hope your day's going well. How you doing? Oh, that's good to hear. Can you guys hear me all right? Hmm. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah. Thanks, Vamp. I appreciate that. Well, if you guys want to start chatting or asking your questions, go right ahead. Well, or tell me what you guys have been up to, or what I've been up to. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's going real slow, but I will have the last matchup video done by tomorrow. It's about I'd say about 80% done. I'm literally just editing the last section, and then I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna film the final closing, and then that'll be it. How's January been for you? Trailblazer. How you doing? Okay, that's a that sounds like a binge fest. That's like what 60 plus matches. That's a lot. Yeah, but yeah. I've been working hard on this one. That's really it. To have, I mean, I don't think any movies or games came out this month, but I think starting next month they'll start showing up. So once that happens, then hopefully the momentum typically will come back. I apologize if none of you guys could make it to the Twitch stream earlier today, but yeah, I had a interesting playthrough or section of Kingdom Hearts. I explored Beauty and the Beast world, and something kind of interesting happened. But it's here or nor there. What are you guys up to? It's kind of quiet so far. Yeah, I grew up with it, Wing. I like it too. As a guy, I'm not bothered by it. There's definitely still a lot about it that I still like. It's your favorite mine is personally Ariel. So I did find it weird how they turned Ariel's the Little Mermaid world in Kingdom Hearts 2. They turned it into a rhythm game. Uh, one of the few downgrades. It would have been nice to actually explore and fight a bit, like in the first game. There's a badass Gundam named Ariel. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll have to look it up when I have time. I'm cool with Starkiller met Revan while he was Dark Revan. I don't know. Well, I'll put it this way: if Starkiller tried to fight Dark Revan, he'd be stomped. Yeah, he'd be stomped. It wouldn't be much of a fight, especially Dark Revan. Yeah, no, not a chance. That's on another atmosphere power. Ooh. I'm trying to think what to talk about. Well, I mean, one thing that they announced today is that the Prince of Persia remake has been canceled. Sometimes it's dark. It's cool. They canceled that. So that's something. Uh, Apparently Ubisoft is doing a lot of job layoffs, but heck, I mean they're under new ownership, so I guess that's to be expected. I'm not sure what else. Yeah. As I don't know if every I think Jeff Keighley announced that like 6 projects were canceled, so we don't know what they're working on. Yeah. Yeah, they canceled Prince of Persia. There's so many historical inaccuracies in Black Ops. Well, dude, you don't seriously play Black Call of Duty for historical accuracy, do you? I mean, come on. Like, none of that stuff happened. If they cancel. No, 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 no. They're not canceling Grand Theft Auto 6. I can promise you that. They won't cancel it. The question is, will they be pushing it back farther than it already has? which I think is possible but highly unlikely. I think just the hype train is a bit too high for them to risk. I mean, honestly, at this point, they would probably re-release it in a. I mean, after all this time, and in like a no, maybe not broken state, but they would rather release it and then fix it over time with patch because they know people will play it for the next 10 years than probably risk not releasing it this year. So I think no matter what, you'll get it. The question is just what state will it be in? That's the question. I call it Call of Duty for zombies mainly. When did you stop caring for Call of Duty? I'll be honest. You're around the same time, Daniel. I think, although I did try the remake Modern Warfare, I think that was and I think I tried World War II. I think the last Call of Duty game I played, I want to say it was maybe remake Modern Warfare 2. Let me double check. I think so. Yeah. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2022. I do believe that was my last Call of Duty. Okay, yeah, now that I see it, yeah. 100%. But I didn't beat it. I think I got pretty far in that game, but then I stopped at like the last level. So officially, I think the last Call of Duty game I ever actually beat was probably either remake Modern Warfare 1 or World War 2. Those two I know for a fact I beat. And I think I played Modern Warfare 2, but I never beat it. I just got tired of it, and then I've just never gone back to playing it since. Like, I could easily go back and play any of the older Call of Duty games anytime, and I've been tempted to do that, so, yeah. Oh, wow, that's a first. I've never had money sent to me before. If I have, that's rare. But thanks. I've never had a donation. Let's see. They're probably gonna release. No trailers. I'm sure 6 will come out. Do I think Tom Hardy did a great as Bane? I think physically, yes. I think they did, the voice was yes. So personally, I think he was a fine Bane for that world. Personally, I think he did just a fine job. You remember playing OG Modern Warfare in downtown Chicago visiting an aunt? Yeah, it was. And yes, I agree, Wing, that summer was awesome. But Broken Limit 33, I've been doing all right. It's just been a slow month, and literally like the last 2 weeks has just been focusing on just knocking out this last matchup video that's coming out tomorrow. That's really where that's really where my focus has been. And then I think February, that's when the games and the movies will start coming out, and then I can actually start putting out more content more consistently. So that's really what I'm trying to do. Call of Duty has accurate names for their guns. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get that wrong. What Dead Space creature is my favorite? Mine is the Leapers. Ooh. Shit, what the hell is that thing called? I got a double... I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that can regenerate, and it follows you throughout the whole game. That's my favorite. I just can't remember what its name was, but that one in either the original or the remake always creeped me out. I think they did a better job creeping me out in the remake, because it popped out like even near the end of the game, as opposed to the first game where you had like a way of killing it permanently midpoint. But like this thing literally followed you all the way up to right before the final battle, which I thought was crazy. People would like the idea of Tom Hardy as Wolverine. Yeah, he could work. Yeah, I think he could do it. He definitely could get into physical shape if he wanted. And you started college yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. What are you What are you applying for? What kind of a degree are you going for? And who's my Daniel? What's my favorite Resident Evil character? Leon S. Kennedy, no question. It's called the Regenerator. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, mechanical engineer. Oh shit, man, that's impressive. That's actually a great degree to go for because with the direction that AI and all these computers are going, I think jobs, a lot of jobs are going to disappear over the next 5 years. So if you can do something that's into engineering and involves your hands and actually building something, I think you're gonna have a really really long career. So man, I'm really pulling for you. Did you hear about what David Hayter is up to lately? No, what's he up to? I've not heard anything. What's he doing? I'm Commander Shepard. Who the hell are you? My name is Brian, and welcome to the channel. Are you going to play Resident Evil 9 next month? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I've seen enough. I saw enough of Leon's gameplay, 100%. I've already got that pre-ordered and preset, 100%. I will be playing Resident Evil 9. I will be reviewing it. I promise. I will have more games to play and review this year than I probably have over the last couple of years. So don't worry about that. You've been super addicted to Borderlands 4. I've yet to play that, but my brother had a good time with that. But I think since I didn't really, I've only played the second one and I didn't really care much for the third. I think I kind of, like, unless I'm playing with friends, I don't think Borderlands is a franchise I see myself going back to anytime soon. You were wondering yourself, it'd be neat if he was involved in Gundam movie. Heck, who knows what he was working on. Most anticipated game is Crimson Desert. Alright. That game looks very interesting. And Comic Gamer Entertainment. I plan on staying in school even after 2027 for welding. Oh, we used to have that back in high school, but I never took that class. I was more into weight training. Online. Yeah, well, that's learning how to build a PC. That's a cool skill. That's something I would like to know how to do. Hey, welcome Cerberus. Oh yes, everyone, make sure you give a thumbs up to Cerberus, as he was the only one who joined in today's Twitch stream. So he got to see a pretty remarkable moment that I never experienced before in Kingdom Hearts 2. And I will be streaming again on Twitch tomorrow around the same time. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, he voiced a character in the OG Gundam. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. And Broken Limit, you've been addicted to Ninja Gaiden. That series has been way too hard. Trailblazer, is Dead Space 3 a bad game? Hell no. Absolutely not. No. No. Absolutely not. Dead Space 3 is not a bad game in the slightest. I think it's a good game. It's not as good as the first two, but like on its own, it's a good game, in my opinion. I think it handled the transition between single player and co-op better than any game that I've ever played. Because the story and the interactions also changed. The cutscenes adapted to whether you were having one player or two player. And there were even a number of sections that were affected depending on if you played like one player or two player. So for example, if you were playing as Carver and he was having like a psychotic episode, like whoever's controlling Carver would be seeing one thing, but whoever's controlling Isaac would be seeing something else. So you would actually see Carver freaking out, and then Isaac would have to protect him while he's having this spasm. So while I've never experienced that before, I've never seen another game pull that off as flawless as that. So just for the co-op aspect, I thought it was good. Now, did it lean more into the more action bit? Yeah, I agree that was kind of a negative, but overall, story-wise, great. Hated that it ended out of a cliffhanger because that I was like, I would like one more Dead Space 4, to complete the series, but no, absolutely not. It's a good game, just not a great game. But fun, probably one of the top 5 best co-op experiences I've ever had in a game. Not as great as Resident Evil 5, but still great. How would you rank this year's gaming in 2020? I honestly, Commander Shepard, I have no idea. I would have to go back and look at every game that came out the past 5 years, and I wouldn't know. Yeah, Cerberus, let's yeah, I hope so. I hope they join, because who knows what they'll miss, because what happened during that stream was, I didn't know that could happen. I really didn't. If announce Left 4 Dead 4 movie an idea, is that supposed to be Left? Wait, Comic Game, what is I4D movie? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but you know, if you got those guys, then might be all right. Ninja Gaiden is a lot easier than others. I think you'd like it. Do a top 5 favorite co-op games. Okay, that's an idea for a video that I could probably pull off. In Dead Space 3, I love the planet and the new aliens. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot about Dead Space 3 I thought was fantastic. Even though you're a fan of Dead Space over Resident Evil, would you pick Resident Evil over 4 over Dead Space 1? Comic Gamer, are we talking OG 1 or Remake 1? That's tough. Like, if it was OG 1, yeah, I'll pick 4 over OG 1. If it's Remake Dead Space, I would probably give the slight edge to 4, but not by a lot. Like, I think, like, Dead Space Remake 1 is leagues above the original. I've not filmed this month. Okay, but yeah. I've seen no films this month. Yeah, no films. Yeah, same here. I haven't seen any movies either, and nothing's. I think like I don't know what's coming out. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Games and movies. Games. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, movies. I don't know. I think the first one might be Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic. That might be the first movie that comes out that I see this year, because I'm looking at just the other. No, it might be Mario. It might be Mario. I think it's either Mario or Michael. It's one of those two movies. That'll be the first movie I see this year. Would you agree that there should be a Revelations 3? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. I mean, series work good in trilogies, so heck, if they make a Revelations 3, I would definitely play it. I really enjoyed the first two Revelations games. Trailblazer, what do I think of the inclusion of the Crimson Head in Resident Evil lore? I won't complain. You know, it's a cool creature design, so I wouldn't complain. You beat Metal Gear Delta and you thought it was awesome. Well, congratulations to you, Shepard. I'm glad you had a great time with it. Have I seen Step Brothers 2008? Yeah, but I've probably only seen that once. I thought it was just okay. Hey, Brian, it appears that the Switch 2 sales are declining. Am I surprised? No. I'm not surprised. I mean, I mean, it's Gordon, by the way. I apologize if I don't say it. It's easier if I just go off what I'm seeing. I'm never really good with names. But no, I mean, if the Switch 2 sales are declining, I'm not surprised. I mean, that's how Nintendo products always work. You always have like a high selling device, then it goes down, then it goes back up, then it goes down. So the Switch 2, it's its down period. You can't wait for the Mario Galaxy film this year. Just finished the OG Mario Galaxy. I still need to play that. I've yet to beat that. I promise I'll beat that before that movie comes out. Am I watching Dragon Ball event this Sunday? What event? I heard that like Daima Part 2 is coming off of Kakarot, which I have not gotten either of those. There's a number of those DLC episodes I've not played yet that I still want to do. But the fact that they are still releasing DLC content for Kakarot just tells you how great that game is. That's easily the best Dragon Ball game of all time. Easily. In my opinion. Do you think Leon would take to CQC very well? Sure. He kind of already knows it a bit, so I think CQC would work well for him. Galal. Brian, do you think the Switch 2 might take an ugly fate of the Wii 2? I don't think it'll be that bad, but it'll be something similar. I think it won't I don't see the Switch 2 being as anywhere near as successful as the Switch 1. Let's say that. I don't know if it'll be as bad as the Wii U, but I don't see the Switch 2 being as successful. Favorite Lord of the Rings weapons? Gandalf's staff. I mean, that was pretty effective in the game, so I'll go with that. Do you like Family Guy? Yes, Commander Shepard. I just haven't watched in a while, but like there's older episodes that I always go back and rewatch. Just nothing new. Comic Gaming Entertainment. What would you do if Squidward turned towards your house to play his clarinet? I would ask him to shut up. Daniel, did the Nintendo Switch 2 just become the new Wii U? We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. It just came out. It just came out last year. Like let's give it a year or two and see what happens. Do I still play Just Dance? I have not. I can. I just haven't played it in a long time. I mean, in a while. I think I dabbled in it a little bit last year. Why are you seeing Switch 2 not being hot? I don't know. Maybe because there's so many people who have Switch 1s and they work just fine, and they haven't really given much of an incentive for people to stop playing the Switch 1s and switch over to Switch 2s. I mean, man, that's my reason. I need you to hop on Warhammer. I've never played Warhammer, so yeah. Go all. Did I like What? Of course I liked Cyberpunk. Of course I did. I really liked that game. I can't wait for the sequel to come out. But with the speakers after he ignores you. That I don't know. I don't know. I throw something at his head and cause him to go away. Speaking of Just Dance, what motivated you to You know what? I think it was okay. Those videos are probably going to go down February. I think it was simply the fact that I didn't have a lot of content. Okay. That's not a lie. That's not quite a lie. What ended up happening was when those videos went down, no joke, the subscriber numbers started to drop. Like, pretty badly. And I was kind of like, oh my god. Like, is my theory right? Are my channel only growing because of Just Dance? I was like, I'd be pissed. So I brought them up just for this month. They'll probably go down. I won't take them down. I'll make them unpublished maybe throughout February. But by then I'll have like a lot of time to work on other content. It's just the Versus Series match. It really is taking up a lot of my time. That's really it. But I'll be putting those videos away soon. But again, this is a make or break year for me, and it's only the first month, but something tells me that this might actually it might actually turn out to be my last year on YouTube. I don't know. It's definitely looking that way. But I recently paid someone to completely restructure my SEO for my YouTube channel, and for some reason the shorts for my preview of the Versus matchup, those videos have been getting the kind of response I would like to see. Like, if my videos were doing that, I would not have a problem. But, like, the fact that my shorts, my AI-generated shorts that I had, like, automatically made, those are getting so many views, says something. So, that's something I'm definitely going to apply to a number of my videos moving forward and make sure I have, like, a tag that say, check out the full video in the link down below, or have something pop up that says that. But that's pretty much why they're back up. But they'll probably February I'll take them back down. It's a festival and they're doing these rumors about Dragon Ball Super remake and a new DLC for the video. I had no idea. Commander Shepard, what is my favorite gun in Halo? Easily the battle rifle from Halo Reach. Easy. Do I tier list of Halo characters? That might be a bit hard. Do you think Cal Kestis would struggle with a light whip? Yes, that is a very difficult weapon to get used to. Death Stranding 2 being approved over 1? Yes. Death Stranding 2 was way better than Death Stranding 1. By a wide margin. I have therapy tomorrow. Well, wish you the best luck, man. I had therapy not too long ago, and who knows, I might be seeking some later on this year. Who knows? And what's up, Winter Ghosts? Oh, wow, 12 people? Wow. How's my day? Started out a little bit slow and disappointing in some cases, but really I've just literally been like, maybe I could show you guys this. You know, yeah, I could show you guys this. Like, really, like, yeah. Let me just move this around. You know what? You know what? I want to try. I want to test something. I want to test something. Oh no. Oh. Wait. Wrong one. Wrong screen. Wrong screen. I gotta move that one. It's hang on. Okay. Okay. Sorry. You guys still there? Okay. Hang on. Okay. Let me try this. Okay, yeah. Like, this is it. Like, this is roughly... Wait, can you guys see it? Should be able to see it. Yeah, okay, you guys can see it. Yeah, this is roughly where it'll be. Like this is the last section. Like everything like opening, Helghast, military, Chimera history, Chimera military, and then conflict. So this is literally the last section. Like right here. Just this last section, and we've already started working on it. So once that happens, then I just gotta film my final closing, ending the series for good, which will pop up right here. So the whole video should be under 22 minutes long, which, to be fair, I think for something like this, I think it's a good amount. There's a lot of stuff I cut out because I didn't think it was necessary, but yeah, I think being kind of around the same length that my very first video was, I think is really good. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm happy where this series is gonna probably end. Well, what question did you ask, Commander Shepard? I answered your... Yeah, you said you had therapy. That was the last response I gave to you. Have I ever done a tier list of Persona 5 characters? Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. I never thought about that. That's actually... I'll see if I can find one. That's actually a really great idea. Hey, Mayboom, how you doing? And Ultima Triangle, welcome. But yeah, if you have a question, just send it in and I'll be sure to answer it. But I don't think I've... Yeah. Winter, are you still doing versus... Isn't Death Stranding 1 better at the last third? It gets... Comic, it gets better at the third, but, like, it drags. So, yeah. You played Death Stranding? Cody? Okay. Yeah, but I'm still... Damn Killzone. What if the TMNT became members of the Teen Titans? There'd be too many members. In your opinion, what is more confusing, Kingdom Hearts lore or Death Stranding? Easily Kingdom Hearts, because no one knows what the hell's going on. I can actually kind of understand what Death Stranding is about, because there's only 2 games, so it's easier to understand. Zach, so Brian, you think when it comes to mentors for young heroes and Batman and Superman are good picks? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, Commander Shepard, if you're seeing this, if you posted a question, could you post it again? Because I don't think I missed a response. What? What the? Okay, Cody, you have to be new. Have I played Death Stranding? What do you think that is? I have a baby right behind me. I have a what's his name? A Die Hard Man's mask right over here in the corner. I was actually gonna do like a mixture cosplay at last year's MGS Con, but I had to pull out at the last second. When should Death Stranding 3 come out? Personally, I think Kojima will wait until the next console comes in. I think he wants to work on 2 more projects before going back to Death Stranding, personally. So I think within the first year or two, so I would not expect Death Stranding 3 to come out for another 5 or 6 years. I think he has like two projects right now that he's working on. Once they're out of the way, then we should get another Death Stranding 3. So I won't expect that till the next consoles come out. Do you have a feeling about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers coming back? I saw that. I'm not interested. Whatever they do, it won't be my Mighty Morphin, and you know, if it's not mine, then I'm not interested. I mean, my era of Power Rangers was from Mighty Morphin all the way to Dino Thunder. I did go back and dabble in SPD and then RPM, but that's about it. Which animated Spider-Man series is my favorite? Easily the one from Fox. The one that played on Fox Kids in the 90s, easily my favorite. Winner Ghost. Which do I think is better, Death Stranding or Dead Space? Oh, Dead Space. Not even close. Not even close. Dead Space is my favorite survival horror franchise of all time. Well above even Resident Evil. That's not even a debate. Batman animated series versus Snake with no guns. I think Batman can handle Snake. Batman could take down Snake, no question. What is my opinion on Lulu from Final Fantasy X? Oh, okay. I think she's a fascinating character. She's younger than she looks, but she's probably, apart from Auron, the most experienced guardian there. Mechanically, she's the black mage of the group, but her role kind of gets phased out when you start teaching black magic to Yuna, and then you realize that, actually somehow Yuna is actually stronger with black magic than Lulu. But I would say for the first half of the game, then she's very reliable, very powerful character, and a number of key moments. But yeah, Lulu's a fantastic character. The fact that she ended up with Wakka was not a surprise, and that she had a kid with Wakka in the second game was no surprise. But yeah, Lulu's a very fascinating character. I used her in one of my matchups. So yeah, that says a lot. Winner to me is Dead Space. So man, you heard about Ruby X Justice League movie? No, Zach, I did not hear about that. Kojima is an artist Konami doesn't deserve. I agree. Have I played Okay, Cody, I think you're trying to screw with me. Have I played Cyberpunk? I just answered a question talking about that. Of course I played Cyberpunk. Trailblazer, do I think Snake could stop the Dragon Zord with a Metal Gear? No. No. Are you kidding? The Dragon Megazord towers over a Metal Gear. It's at least 5 or 6 times taller. Literally, a Metal Gear Rex compared to the Dragon Zord is so small, the Dragon Zord literally could step on it. The Metal Gear Rex is not as big as you think. It's pretty small. Metal Gear weapons are not that big. Now, if you talk about the Peacemakers, that's something else. Those are huge weapons. Trent Mercer was that guy. He was evil. Yeah, I agree. Yes, he was. Cerberus, which version of Batman do I think was Kevin Conroy's best performance? Easily in the animated series, no question. Commander Shepard, you have bad news. Oh, what's the bad news? Oh yeah, the news about Prince of Persia. Yeah, I told everyone that at the beginning of the stream. The Fox Spider-Man really needs a revival. I think it will. I think I would be surprised if that does not get the same treatment as X-Men 97. I would be very much surprised. But yeah, the Prince of Persia game got canceled. Yeah, I know. I think Kevin Conroy is top 1 best Batman. Absolutely. Kevin Conroy is the greatest version of Batman ever. Better than the comics, better than any animated movies, better than the games, better than the live action versions. Even Michael Keaton's Batman, it does not touch Kevin Conroy's animated Batman. Not even that's all-time GOAT Batman. Every other Batman version I've ever seen after him or apart from him is highly inferior. No version's ever gonna even come close to that. Not even close. Do I think Resident Evil 3 Remake is better than the OG? Only by default, simply because I hate OG Resident Evil 3. uh, by default, because I hate the OG Resident Evil games. Would you love a Dragonzord dagger replica? I have one. What? Ah, there it is. There it is. I already have one. I had a morpher to go with it too. Yeah, and it works. It works just fine. I just haven't really had a need to. Dude, I have a pair of Nikes that go along with this. I don't think I ever brought my brother one of these. Yeah. Yeah, I have one of these. Yeah, coolest weapon in Power Rangers history. It's not even close. These, of course, I had a replica. I've been trying to get a Saba. I've been trying to find one, but those are actually pretty hard to find. But yeah, I have one, and it still works. Have I seen the Netflix adaptation of Devil May Cry? Yeah, I've seen both versions. I think there is no Netflix Devil May Cry. It's ultimate. I think it's fine. It's just I don't like it as much as the original anime, but I thought it was fine. But I think Fox's Batman animated series should be closed. We'll see. Christian Bale may be the best Bruce, but not the best Batman. I can agree with that point. I can agree. Yeah, I agree with that statement. You hate tank controls? Yes, I hate tank controls with fixed camera angles. Those are awful. And yes, I know those same controls are in Resident Evil 4, but that's with a different camera. I hate tank controls with fixed camera angles because then you have total broken controls. Cerberus, it's extremely hard for me to picture Batman without Kevin Conroy's voice. Yeah, I'm the same way. I agree. Have I ever tried frosted sodas and floats from Chicla? No, I have not. Just like the Kratos blade. Yeah, the Kratos blade is over there. I just, I'm thinking maybe getting a stand for this or something. Instead of just leaving it under my bed. Yeah, maybe we need to get a good stand for that. Remember the Power Rangers Turbo movie? Yes, Wing. I saw that. It's not very good. And it doesn't really connect to the show very much, but it's got its moments. What is fine? There is no Netflix DMC. It was okay. There's a lot of problems I have with it, but put it this way. As an alternate telling, I'm fine with it as long as it the OG anime connects to the games. This is its own alternate telling, and I'm fine with that. As long as they don't try to connect it to the games, they're good. They could have done anything they want, and that's what they did. So I mean, I'm sad you hate it so much, but as an alternate telling, I'm fine. What was my favorite Call of Duty protagonist and antagonist? I think Shepard. I think killing Shepard was very pleasing. What is my favorite fast food restaurant? Oh, Panda Express. No question. What is my favorite Mega Evolution form for any Pokemon? Ooh, definitely the Mega Evolution for Gyarados. Easy. That makes Gyarados look like an absolute monster more than it already is. Ultimate Triangle. What is okay? It looked it up. There's only one. Okay, you must. What is what? Okay, okay. Oh, you're giving it that kind of treatment. Okay, I respect that. You're just like me when it comes to Final Damnation 13. I respect that. I respect your commitment. What video game does have your favorite world building? Ooh, world building. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I definitely think Cyberpunk was very, very good with its world building. Very, very good in recent years. Resident Evil 7 is worth playing. Sorry, Jake, not for me. I don't do first-person shooter Resident Evil games unless it's a rail shooter. Don't think it works. Have I seen the Injustice movie? If you're talking about the animated movie, yes, but I didn't think the story was anywhere as good as the games handled it. I mean, the whole plot was pretty much Batman bringing an alternate reality Lois to the Injustice world. I mean, that's what causes Superman to stop being a mass murderer. Like, you know, I just thought that was a cheap. I plan on playing Cyberpunk on PC with mods. That sounds awesome. I've seen a lot of really crazy mods that have made that game really cool. Have I kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh lately? No, I haven't really. Not recently. Cerberus, I couldn't get used to hearing Nero's voice. Yes, that's like that's an annoying feature, because if you just close your eyes, like, he doesn't even try. Like, he's a great voice actor. He's a legendary voice actor. But the fact that he doesn't even attempt, he can't change his voice. Like, all I'm hearing is Nero. Like an adolescent Nero is what I'm hearing. And so I was like, that's not Dante. So I'm like, you don't have to get like the OG voice actor, but you couldn't have found anyone else. Like, it's kind of distracting. Jake, yours is probably Mega Sceptile. Yeah, I've seen that list. Pretty cool. Marcus, my complaint on the OG Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3 is CCTV camera angles and tank controls not being discussed. Yep, that's my problem. The Chill Moon guy, thoughts on what's going on with Ubisoft and how they canceled at least 7 games? Yeah, I spoke about that earlier. I think that's nuts. I don't know what they're up to, but yeah, they're about to do a lot of layoffs. Ubisoft's in a very, very bad spot, which is why I don't trust them to remake Assassin's Creed. I don't know what they're up to, but like, I'm glad I walked away from Assassin's Creed when I did. I think Shadows is definitively going to be my last Assassin's Creed game. I don't know if they'll remake Black Flag, but I don't trust them to do it. Black Flag still, as it is a fun game on its own. But yeah, a lot of weird stuff is going on in Ubisoft. Is Cyberpunk worth playing nowadays? Absolutely. When are you going to play online games with us? Well, wait, I skipped a few. Rashad, am I seeing Malcolm in the Middle miniseries reboot? I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, so that's a no. When am I going to play games with us online? Well, if you have a game in mind, let me know and I'll make a time. Is Cyberpunk 2077 worth playing now? Yes, absolutely, Jake. If you didn't play it when it first came out, that's fine. It was a buggy mess, but in its current condition, yes. Cyberpunk 2077 is exactly the game that they promised us when it first came out. It just took a number of years for it to build to what it became. But yeah, if you haven't played it, then yes. Best Margot Robbie Harley Quinn performance in what movie? I guess the second Suicide Squad movie, the second one, I thought she was all right in that film. Have I ever played at a YCS? No, Wing, I've never done that. What was the first job I ever had? My very first job I ever had, I worked as a service clerk at Walgreens, and then I got promoted to being the head manager of the photo department. And I worked at that job for about 3 years. And then I moved away and then I had to quit. Yeah, I do Space Marines. The OG Resident Evil 2 has better soundtrack. Well, I can't tell you because I didn't listen to it because I hate those games. What Winter Ghost, what is one element of a game that makes you put it down? That's a good question. Maybe broken controls. I think if you have, like, I can deal with a bad plot, but if your controls are broken or they're structured in a way that don't work, then that's enough for me to stop. Or if it's just buggy. Like, if it's buggy as hell, like what happened with Mind's Eye. Like, I tried to get through that game, but that was the first time I ever encountered a glitch, a bug, that actually stopped me from progressing. That was rare. Deadpool and Wolverine and Suicide Twin Tornado are the same level of gore. I'd say, yeah, I'd say that's about right. Wing Zero, dang, you're pretty responsible, very commendable. In an irony, I would like if they had Nero in the anime than Dante. You know what? That would be a cool idea. I wouldn't mind a series that focused on Nero, because I'm pretty sure Devil May Cry 6 is coming out soon. Like, now that like apparently I saw like a post that like next month they were going to announce remaking Resident Evil 5. I think that's a bad idea. With how much controversy he had the first time, they would just change a lot of stuff and then it wouldn't be what I liked. So that's like another remake I might avoid unless they change my mind. But yeah, I'm pretty sure now that they've gotten done with Resident Evil 9, I can't imagine them not going to a Devil May Cry 6. I'm pretty sure we will hear an announcement sometime this year. So, would you say the ultimate bioorganism weapon would be Doomsday? Well, I guess the technical term you could say it's probably Doomsday because of its ability to come back and not be killed by whatever killed it before, so it's in a constant state of evolution, so I guess you could say that. Could you tell, Ultima, tell us what was your first gaming experience? Oh. Okay. Wait. It's not here. Oh, there it is. Well, my very first gaming experience was on one of these. And it just so happened to be that game, Super Mario Land. This was the very first video game I ever actually played. And I was about 5 years old. And I had a great time. Now, these were hand-me-downs. So my sister had a Game Boy first. And then she got a Sega Game Gear. And so she passed the Game Boy down to me. And then when she stopped, she gave me her Game Gear. So yeah, I would say Super Mario Land was my very, very first video game I ever actually played. Now when it comes to consoles, that's a different story. But like how my gaming journey started, it was definitely with a Game Boy. Which it would have been for a lot of kids that grew up in the early 90s, so yeah. The Chill Moon Guy. Do you think there will be a game that comes out in November next to Grand Theft Auto? No. I think everyone will pull their games away from that because that's going to totally dominate that time of the year. Rashad, have I played Mario Power Tennis for the Nintendo GameCube? No. No, I never got a chance to play that. Your first gaming experience was on the PlayStation 2. Oh, wow, okay. That was, to be fair, the PlayStation 2 was the first PlayStation I ever personally owned. My experience, I did get to play the 1, and that was my brother's console. My first experience was with the PS2, which I still have. How much time? We got about 5 more minutes. My first Call of Duty game journey was Black Ops 1 and on the DS. Wow, I didn't know. Wow. That must have been a weird experience. I can't imagine playing a Call of Duty game on the DS. Maybe the 3DS, but the DS? Wow, I can't imagine what that would have been like. Marcus, I love the soundtrack for the anime done by Evanescence. Yeah, well, I was there when she performed it live at the Video Game Awards. That was a fun experience. Wish it was in Devil May Cry 5. Not necessarily. I thought Devil May Cry 5's soundtrack was great. It didn't need anything else. I thought it was great just the way it was. Cerberus. The first PlayStation console I've ever owned was PlayStation 3. Wow. Well, to be fair, the PlayStation 3 was the first PlayStation console I personally bought for myself. So the first one I played was the PlayStation 1, which is my brother's. Then the first one I ever owned was the PlayStation 2, but my parents bought me for it. And the PlayStation 3 was the first PlayStation console that I bought for myself. So yeah. But then 2 years later, 2015, I played Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, before I owned Black Ops 2, and Ghost was my first. Alright. What is my top 3 favorite space dramas? Space dramas? Does, Star Trek in Battlestar Galactica count? I think those count as space dramas. Space games and movies. What? My top 3 favorite space games? I guess they'd have to be all Star Wars games. Thoughts on Ace Combat? I own one of them. I think it's fun, but I'm not sure if it's something I would come back to. I do have one Ace Combat game. I believe it's the 6th one. I believe so. What types of exercise do I do at the gym, and how often do I go there? I try to go there 3 to 4 times a week. I focus mainly on cardio, so I'll either run like 4 miles on a treadmill, then do 1 mile on a track, or typically want to focus on chest, arms, legs are pretty consistent, and back. But definitely gut. That's what I'm gonna be working on big time this year. Like I have like that little thing back here to kind of work on my chest. So yeah. Not come back to? I don't. I mean, played Fear games. I own one of them. I think I own Fear 2. I never played Fear 1, and I don't think I ever played Fear 3, but I know I own Fear 2. That's crazy. I don't know. I tried it once, and I just never came back to it. Favorite boss in Need for Speed? Oh, definitely Razor. In Most Wanted? Oh yeah, Razor. Absolutely. I'm shocked they never made a real sequel to that, because like some people might say Carbon, but like Carbon's weird. You do a lot of bicep exercises. Oh, all right. Fear 3 is your favorite? I've heard a lot about that. Ultima. From one story-driven gamer to another, give it another chance. I mean, look, no, it wasn't. I'm not saying it was bad. Like, you know what? I'll pop it out real quick. I got like 2 minutes. Like, okay, so yeah, here's Fear 2. Yeah, still have it. But Ace Combat, I believe, I don't know. I don't even think it's numbered, but this is the only Ace Combat game I have, and I liked it. I liked it. I'm just not sure if it's like a game I should go back. But like from what I experienced, this isn't even numbered, so I think this is like a side game. But like, but I liked it. Well, what what is it bad? I don't remember. What is it bad? I don't think it's bad. I mean, from what I remember playing it, it was pretty cool. Why? What does this have a bad reputation or something? I thought it was fun. Why? I liked it. What? this one being all right. This is the only one I played and the only one I own. I thought it was cool. You know, maybe I'll go back and try it again a little bit later. Favorite Doom game? Ooh. Damn. Probably. Ooh. I'll say 2016. I'll say 2016. Which snake or spider am I scared of? All. Only the numbered Ace Combat have a good story. Yes, it does. I can explain later. Okay, well, maybe you can explain it during my next live stream next week or tomorrow's Twitch stream. Okay, so I gotta head out. But remember, for those of you that are here, if you can make it, I will be streaming again on Twitch to play more Kingdom Hearts at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And hope we'll have a good time. And we will be doing Twitch streams moving forward every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday from 2 p.m. to from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will have another Q&A every Wednesday around 4. So I want to thank all of you guys for joining me and making my 14th anniversary special. And yeah, I'll be sure to catch you all next week. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.